Dear community members, Shabbat Shalom. After Bnei Israel received the Torah on Sinai and heard directly from Hashem the 10 Commandments, our Parsha describes that they approached Moshe and said, look, we won't remain alive. We won't survive the revelation with Hashem. Hashem, the fire, the big fire. We won't last. We won't survive. So go you yourself, hear from Hashem his words, and be the mediator. Deliver us the messages from Hashem, because we won't be able to survive hearing directly things from Hashem, just as now we experienced. While Moshe Rabbeinu is disappointed by their reaction, Moshe Rabbeinu, Rashi explains that Moshe Rabbeinu says, how come? You want me and you have the real thing? So I understand it's hard. So push yourself out of love. What happened to your love to Hashem, to your energy to come closer and closer to Hashem? But while Moshe is disappointed by their reaction, Dafka, the Pesukim describe explicitly how Hashem was very pleased with their response. Hashem says, Hey Tivu Asher Diberu. They said correctly. They said good. And Hashem adds with a very, very foreseeing statement. I hope, says Hashem, let it be that this yira, this awe that they have from me, that this will last longer than 5 minutes after the revelation in Sinai. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu is dafka praising their yira, their awe, their fear from Hashem, while Moshe is disappointed. And the thing is the following. Yes, Moshe Rabbeinu, our teacher, teaches us not to give up, to aim higher, that even if there are obstacles, even if there are things that we're afraid from, we should have the energy, we should have the fire, we should try out of love of Hashem to try to reach closer and closer to him. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu balances it and says, Ahava is not enough. A complete Jew, a real Jew, should have a combination of Ahava and Yira in his Avodat Hashem. Because if there's only Ahava, what's wrong with only Ahava? Someone is clinging to God, attached to God. He's full of love of Hashem, and he's trying to internalize and identify with the commandments and try to approach and get closer and closer and closer to Hashem. What's missing here? Well, the danger is that if someone is full of the energy and is trying to get closer and closer to Hashem without the balance of the Yira, then he's so full of energy, so much identifies with Hashem, then he might not see anyone else. He might think even that he is Hashem, or he will forget Hashem. Doesn't he? Because he already internalized everything. He knows everything. Only when you acknowledge that aside from the fact that you are trying to understand and to get closer and closer to Hashem and identify with him, but that there is an infinite gap between you as a human being and Hashem. And this should be always, always remembered. And only when you remember that, you keep in mind that there are things that I don't understand. And as far as I'm trying to get close, there is an infinite gap between me and Hashem. I'm not Hashem. I need Hashem. I'm dependent on Hashem. I don't understand always Hashem, and I just have sometimes to accept Hashem's decrees and commandments. Only when you balance the love and the energy and the identification with Hashem, the Ava, only when you balance it with Yira, then that is the complete mode of Avodas Hashem. Shabbat Shalom.